I've seen that a lot of people have made model motorcycles out of scrap, so I thought I'd give it a try. And this is what I came up with. And this is how I started. I've got some big washers. I'll use 3 of them for the back wheel and 1 of them for the front. Bit of leftover spoon that might do for a seat. A couple of spark plugs that might do for an engine. Bit of scrap steel and some threaded rod. That'll get me started. And some nails that I'll join together to make the frame. First task is to get rid of the insulator on those spark plugs. That's easy, just hit it with a hammer and they break up nicely. Then weld them together in a rough V shape. I found a large nut that will do for the bottom of the engine, so that needs to get welded on as well. With the engine assembled, it's time to start the frame, and I'm just joining nails together to make the frame pieces. A couple of small pieces of threaded rod can be used for the back shock absorbers. With the frame done, the engine in place and the back wheel on, it's starting to look like a motorcycle. Okay, so the back mudguard comes next. Now for the front forks. I'm using a couple of pieces of stainless rod that I had lying around. Now it's time to put the front wheel in the front forks. And now to weld the front forks onto the frame. It'll need some handlebars, so again I'm just using nails for that, bending them out to some sort of reasonable shape. Well, it's coming along nicely with the handlebars in place and the forks on. It's looking alright. But it'll need a tank, and the only place I've got to put the tank is in between those cylinder heads. So tank fabrication begins. Here's the final article, ready to be cleaned up and polished, and then clear coated. Here's the final product in all its rat bike glory. Again, I've used threaded rod for the exhaust pipes, and I've just clear coated it so that it won't rust. I love these projects where you just make it up as you go along.